Getting on with another Bitter Truth breakdown. Yes, it's the Thursday podcast. Much respect to everybody who take this in. Now, we're going to talk about some things here with this Iran. They tell you attack these ships. Now, we talking about oil ships or what? Because this is the dumbest thing in the world, people. Now, it's starting to look ridiculous. Now, look at this film right here. And this going to expose fakery right here. Now, these are the Iranian soldiers masked up attacking these boats. But guess what? Somebody's already up there with camera recording them coming up on the ship. Is that real? Now, this footage alone exposed the fakery. This footage alone exposed the fakery. Who was recording this ship being attacked by Iranian soldiers with mask on the face, TV show style? You really believe it, people? Why would the soldiers need to put on masks? Why? Why the soldiers need to put on masks? These Iranian soldiers that gonna attack this ship right here. You believe it, people? All you get is fakery on the news. We're gonna get into this and I'm gonna show you some things. Play.
Tonight, the Iranian
So you see what they're showing you right there? This is the boat that gonna do the attack. Right there, we got the peoples in it that gonna attack the boat. Wow, is that real, people? So who is recording this the whole time? Pay attention here.
Putting out video claiming to show its troops attacking and seizing.
Okay, so it's Iran put out this video showing the soldiers doing all of this shit, seizing boats and everything like pirates. Pay attention.
Commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. The images set to music.
Look, people, who record this shit talking about the images set to music? What kind of bullshit is this? Is this real? This is just fake, people, to show you the war is just propaganda to put pressure on the peoples. That's it, people. You don't understand what they're doing? Why is it straight up home move right here, they call it? Why it's always a problem with the blockade, people? If it's not Donald Trump blocking it, America, it's Iran. Is that real, people? And why would they have a passageway to bring these things to? In the big old open ocean. Why they have to have that passageway? So they can bring you these things in hell. No doubt about it, people. It's all set up for destruction. Listen.
Show them masked and armed.
Masked
Two
and
ships
armed.
were forced from the international waterway into Iranian waters.
Listen,
according
look
to
at this,
Iranian
people.
state.
Who is recording it, man? Wow, I guess since Iran is showing it, is them record the whole thing, people. Is this real? They want to spread this narrative that Iran is attacking these ships in the Strait of Hormuz, people. Is this real? Wow, what a joke for the masses. So both of them, both sides about the same agenda, stopping things from move to that passageway. Listen and pay attention.
All just hours after President Trump extended his ceasefire with Iran.
Now you see again, people, they're extending ceasefire. Is that real? Wow, the ceasefire alone tell you there's no war, people. They can't cease fire in a war. It's fakery. The people just don't understand. You believe a real war, you could have something like a ceasefire. Let's pause for a minute before we start killing each other again or shooting at each other interests. Is that real, people? The ceasefire tell you that no war is real. It's a hoax, a 100% hoax. How did they come to that supposedly peace talk to have a ceasefire? How did they come to that? And their enemies. Is this real, people? They're going at each other net, but you can have a ceasefire? Move.
Has gone from having the most lethal navy in the Middle East to now acting like a bunch of pirates.
No, when was the most lethal navy? Since when they got the supposedly elite soldiers and these armies, military? Since when they're known as that, Iran? This is a joke right here. You can't paint that picture. Nobody know Iran of having this sophisticated military. Nobody did. So you're telling us that now they're reduced to piracy? Pay attention to this. Go back. Listen.
State media. All just hours after President Trump extended his ceasefire
Why
with
would
Iran.
you extend
Iran has
ceasefire?
gone from having the most lethal navy in the Middle East to now
lethal
acting like a
navy.
bunch of pirates.
The
So
president
why you can't get them out? Why you can't win the war? Why you can't win the war? Why you can't just win the war then and let it done? Because if you have a winner, that means it's done, right? Okay, listen.
Escalating pressure on the Iranian regime by also keeping a US blockade on Iran's
You
ports.
see that, people? The US blockade and their ports right there, people. So what is they bringing in the ports? Listen, pay attention.
Costing the regime an estimated $435 million.
How would you know? How would you know how much money you cost them a day? How would you know that? How would you know the exact figure? Iran come out and tell you that this is the amount of money they're losing every day. This is a joke for the masses, and you don't see no turmoil in Iran. You don't see no gas prices going up and people scrambling and they have to cut down all these transport because of shortage of oil. You don't see them doing that, but you're seeing it close to America already. You're seeing all the rest of the world already feeling it. Supposedly cutting down flights to other country and everything because of the shortage of oil. How much country a year tell you they reserve? They only have 6 weeks out of gasoline left. 6 weeks. In 6 weeks they're gonna be out dry. So you see what it is, people? You understand why they fake this war on you? So the rest of the world can feel the pressure, including America. Listen.
The president saying in a new interview he feels no time pressure as he waits for Iran to return to talks.
Of course, the big bad wolf, the supposedly worldwide dictator, of course he's not feeling any pressure. How are you gonna feel the pressure? Is it war for real? No. It's you, people. It's you gonna feel the pressure. That's what the war is about. To put more pressure on the regular people. Listen to this vagabond that you see on screen right there.
In and out, they can't even pay their own people.
They can't even pay their own
tonight,
people.
NBC News reaching a former Iranian military commander with close links to the government who says there will be no talks unless the US blockade is lifted. Do you think there will be negotiations
look at this right here, people. Look at this. This is what made up TV, people. This is what made TV. This is what make TV right there. A faker call himself a news reporter, bringing you something behind a green screen. Yes, he talking to somebody who close to the Iranian government right there that telling them that they're not gonna agree to no ceasefire or peace talk. Listen.
Here in Islamabad.
Look at this, people. Look at this.
Trump. If they cancel the blockade of the Iran.
And he denies Iran's leadership is divided, telling me there are multiple ways to contact the new supreme leader who has not been seen publicly, including passing notes. It's been reported that it's hard to contact him, that communication is difficult.
Yes, and just like how the communication is difficult, but you got a chance to contact that person right there that close to the Iranian government. What a joke for the dumb masses. None of it is real, people, but you see what's real, the destruction, the aftermath of the whole thing is real. So you see they use a fake war to bring you destruction. Bam. Now take a look at this right here. You're looking at Clinton County right there. They tell you in Georgia. So they're showing you wildfire in Georgia. You never normally see this too much in a place like Georgia. But what did I tell you about 2026, the year of the fire? So listen, me people, you're going to see more wildfire in places that you've never seen it before. And the places that used to get it, going to have it on a record level. Remember the BAM truth tell you, I already told you. Now, from 2024, we talk about the year of the disasters, and you see it, floodings and hurricanes and everything. Then we mentioned 2025 going to take that out. Meaning it gonna make 2024 look like it wasn't even trying. And then you're seeing it happen. Whole bunch of disaster, hurricane, twisters, wildfire, everything, flooding for the most part. But this year, 2026, year of the fire. So you're gonna see all these buildings explode, which you already see. We're in the 4th month now. How much building fire you see? How much warehouse you see burn down? How much wildfire you've seen already? So I told you it's the year of the fire and I never miss. So pay attention. Now in Georgia, wildfire on. Pay attention right there. You're gonna know what the world is about. Paying attention to the bitter truth right here. Now take a look. Big wildfire they call it. People have to evacuate. from where they live in. Now look, if you notice the fire burning, you see something in a silhouette like a firefighter, don't have a hose, don't even have a bucket of water to put on the fire. What is they doing hanging out right here? They're the one who set the fire. I already told you. This is how the devil people work. Just like you see them in the sky decorating it, and later on you have a big flood. You start having hurricanes, you start having these tornadoes and all of these things. You best understand they're the one who create these disasters. Listen and pay attention. Watch this. You see it? All fire burning. Nobody tried to put it out. And later on they're going to come back and tell you how much hundreds of thousands of acres burn right there in Georgia. Take a look at it. Because you better get used to the fact that hell gonna be burning 2026. No doubt about it. And as they show you and give you reasons why is it burning. And take a look. They're flying planes. They're flying all of these objects into it to supposedly put it out. But still, the fire's still burning out of control. I guess they're gonna tell you right now that it's 40% contained. That means it's burning 60% out of control. Pay attention. Pay attention to this right here, people.
Tonight, firefighters on the front lines urgently racing to put out several blazes across the southeast.
Listen.
From the ground to the air. In Georgia, the fast-moving Brantley County fire forcing
Brantley County fire. So we see the Clinton County, and now it's Brantley. Listen again. Pay attention.
School buses rushing to leave an elementary school with blackened, smoky skies nearby.
All their stuff's gone.
Wow, take a look at that right there, people. So they're showing you hell on earth. I know some people, they're not there in those places. They're not there in those areas where it's burning. So they listen to the mag and say, Mag, you're a madman. Why you call it hell? Because you wasn't the one who there burning. You didn't have to witness this, so you won't understand exactly what I'm trying to say here. Your hell is coming soon. You're gonna show up. Remember, you're living in hell. So you see what makes hell? At some point gonna show up at your door. What hell is about gonna show up on you some way, somehow. You can't escape it. So today for them, tomorrow for you. Just keep that in mind. Don't doubt what I tell you when I tell you it's hell. If you didn't feel it yet, it's coming to your door. You can't escape hell vibe in hell. Listen and pay
Residents
attention.
capturing devastating images of what's left of their homes. Cars completely charred to ash. Officials say more than 50 houses have been destroyed, an estimated 1,000 now at risk.
So you see that, people? Over 1,000, they estimate, is now on risk of burning also. 50 houses already burned. So this is what they're doing right here, people, and I told you, none of it is coincident. If you ever sit there and thinking that it's just normal happenings, regular normal life, no, you're wrong. Yes, it's normal happenings in hell, but it's no normalcy. Nothing real about it. It's them do it. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So when the end of the day come, they're gonna try to explain to you why these fires started. It's gonna be a lie. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Because at the end of the day, they will never tell you that they actually did it. That's what happened. They're the one who started that fire for this agenda right here. Take a listen.
We know that you've issued at least 2 mandatory evacuation orders.
Mandatory.
What's your message to people who may be hesitant to get out?
That's a great question.
Black
and I'll be honest
clothing.
with you.
Look where they stand up, people. Right by the mesh, the diamond fencing, diamond coding for 33. And it got on the plaid clothing, Freemasonry. Listen and pay
We
attention.
cannot force these folks to leave, even though we give a mandatory evacuation.
Yes.
It's a very serious situation where we have citizens that are in harm.
So thick you can't even see.
The smoke causing dangerous conditions on the roads. Drivers turning around trying to escape the black plumes.
Wow.
Officials here in Nahana have closed off several roads to keep people miles away from the fire zone, but you look up at the sky and you can see it's filled with that smoky haze.
And this always gets me right here. With them flying a plane across and dumping something on the supposedly fire. Most cases you never see where it. Look at this right here. You see fire? I'm just saying, people, you don't see no fire where they always be dropping this shit right here. No doubt about it. You just have to pay attention, man. There's no way you see them drop that shit on no real fire. Take a look. Where's the fire?
Firefighters taking to the skies, dropping gallons of water to fight multiple fires in Florida and out west in Montana.
Listen, Florida and also Montana. We go get to it. Listen.
Communities already fighting an uphill battle
Look, people,
as the
why they
2026
don't
fire
fly
season.
over this right here? Why they don't fly over this with the water plane and put it out? Go back again. Take a look. Look where they're throwing the water.
Dropping gallons of water to fight multiple fires in Florida and out west in Montana.
Look, no water.
Communities
No
already
water on
fighting
this
an
fire.
uphill battle as the 2026 fire season gets
You
underway.
hear that, people? Bam. As the 2026 fire season gets on the way. That's perfect right there what the person just said. You go to the agenda I told you about. 2026 is the year of burning, the year of fires. And he just tell you that they're beginning now, the 2026 fire season right there. Since when they have a fire season, people? Fire, that's something that you lit. You the one who create the fire. And you say, is it fire season? You have a fire season. So listen, people, only in hell all these things come perfect for these kind of disaster. I guess you have to have dry condition and a lot of wind and then set the fire and burn those people out of where they live. Bam.
Tell her it's gone.
Look at this right here.
Any cats around here?
Burning homes, fire,
It's gone.
charred cars. Look at this.
Now, we spoke with that family about what happened to their home after the Highway 82 wildfire grew rapidly overnight, spreading to over 5,000 acres. And the Georgia Governor, Brian Kemp, declared a state of emergency for 91 counties today because
91 counties, people. Picture that. Do you know how much ground that covered? 91 county? Pay attention to this. I guess the whole Georgia is burning. Listen.
Schools are closed again tomorrow due to the ongoing fire hazards, and people across the county, they've been evacuated. All of Browntown Road from Highway 82 to Greenleaf on the west side of the highway received a mandatory evacuation notice.
You hear that, people? Mandatory evacuation notice, meaning you can't challenge it. You just have to leave. Listen.
Day.
And that's exactly where we find News4Jack's anchor John Acebus this evening joining us live. So, John, for much of the day, it's been very busy where you are.
It's been really busy, and for several reasons. But first, to give you perspective, there's the plume of smoke,
Look, people,
and it's just been sitting there all day long, just hanging over where I'm standing here on Highway 82. So that's Friendly's. At 2 o'clock today, they shut Friendly's down. You'll see in a lot of the apps where they're tracking the fires, that Friendly's was right there, almost at the bottom corner of evacuation. So at 2 o'clock, they said we're getting out of here. But it was almost like a hub today where people who are either coming off of Browntown Road, which is immediately to my right here, either you were leaving because you were evacuating or you were going back to see if your family was still home to evacuate them, or you were first responders. Either way, today has been a lot of emotions. Either you've just lost your home or you're waiting to find out if you lost your home.
Yeah, all their stuff's gone. Lucky's. That's her mama's home right there. And that's Lucky and them's house right there. Four-wheeler.
So now Georgia joined the party right here of wildfire. Take a look at this. Was this a vehicle they're showing you? Because you could see rims right there burned down to nothing. That's what they're showing you right there. But yes, people, this is an organized fire right here. They're the one who said it. I know a lot of people hard to really grasp that these wicked peoples is out there. The peoples who own you is wicked. The people who control you here is wicked beings. They're not for you. They just have to pretend to catch you in the right mode, to catch you with your guard down. Do you understand what they're doing right here with the destruction? I already told you, you have to live like this in hell. Always on edge about disaster striking at any given time. Finish listening and watch.
About tragic was that? You know, that was lucky. I got to talk to her in person today. You can feel the pain in her voice. She said she got a notion from God to get her animals out and get out.
They didn't give no warnings, no nothing.
Look at the hat, people. Look at the hat. No coincidence there with the CC on the hat for 33. Watch.
So,
there it
like
is.
I said, called my fiance, said, hey, we got to get the puppies and get out of here.
All right, so look, that's Calvary Fire and Rescue. Tanker 41 headed down Brownstown at Old Waynesville Road. They're trying to get to this fire. And as we've been sitting here at this Friendly's, look, that's not rain clouds, obviously. That's wildfire. And it almost feels like it's gotten closer to us this afternoon. It's just been really devastating for this area, as you hear sirens right now and people going through. This is what folks right now are dealing with.
Just get used to this fact, people. It don't matter where you live, if it was wildfire prone or not. You best understand 2026, the year of the fire, you're gonna see it on a record level. Bam.
If you're just joining us, we're continuing to cover a reported chemical leak in the Institute area.
Okay, so this one is a chemical leak. Pay attention, people. You have fire burning all over the southeast, and then you have a chemical spill in Virginia. Pay attention. We're talking about these deadly chemicals that they use to feed you in some things. It's almost like it's unbelievable, but those deadly chemicals that they tell you if it spill, it's evacuation right away. Mandatory evacuation, and everybody gotta run to the hills. But these are chemicals that they put in your food, put it in your daily life. So pay attention to this right here, how they act when they have a chemical spill. They're acting like the chemical not gonna get to you some way, somehow. Listen.
This is still in effect at that spot. We have team coverage throughout Kanawha County. We start with 13 News reporter Sarah Davis, who is live in Institute. Sarah.
You sure that's the name?
Hey, Zach, just when I got onto the scene this morning, just before 10 a.m., I was immediately hit with that skunk-like odor that this gas has been, that this chemical, has been.
You see that? You always mistake gas and chemical and mix them up together. So you can smell it skunk-like. They like to use those skunk-like, because I don't know how much people smelling skunk. They like to use those reference, I guess, for the dummies, but I guess they're trying to tell you it's propane gas. Because that's what they always tell you, smell like skunk or rotten egg. But you have to understand, it's some wicked chemical that gonna go in your daily life. That's why they have it there. That's why they're transporting it. That's why they're moving it around. That's why they have those chemical plants. Listen and pay attention.
Spreading in the area. And they also told us that within a mile radius was where this shelter in place was happening. And I actually got it.
Shelter in place. The chemical spill, that wicked chemical, so they tell you to shelter in place. Listen.
A safety alert on my phone that I'm going to show you now.
That's a safety alert. Come on your phone right quick. I already told you the government have access to you at any point. They lie to you that you can go missing. You can't go missing because you have all these trackers on you. Even if you don't know it, some people even have it inside their body and don't know. The tracking system. A lot of people have things installed in them and they don't even know. But pay attention to this.
Basically says that if you are in within that mile radius that you needed to evacuate, and that's when me and my photographer did backtrack a little bit. Where we're now outside West Virginia State University. They are on a shelter in place. This was the alert that was on my phone, basically saying, hey, if you're in within this mile, you need to get out of there immediately.
And this is how they're going to control you right there with the scare tactics, by alerting you on your phone at any given time about some government agenda. But listen.
And that's what me and my photographer did, and we are now standing outside West Virginia State University.
Why would you stand up outside?
And they do have a shelter in place happening. And the Go Mart is actually also completely locked down with employees inside. And we did try to get in there, and they just are not letting anybody in. No.
Wow. So the stores, they lock down people in the store. They're sheltering right there. You trying to get in, and they won't let you in. Pay attention to this.
No, nothing. And I can tell you that the police are still on scene here. We saw a ton of emergency vehicles when we first got here.
It's not a police matter if it's a chemical spill. What is police doing on the scene? Why you need to deploy all these police for chemical spill? What a bullshit. Listen.
And now that we are back a little bit farther, we are going to continue to update you as we learn more. But for now, reporting live in Institute, Sarah Davis, 13 News.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And we're also hearing reports of possible injuries. People have been transported to hospitals all across Kanawha County. That's where we find 13 News reporter Kelly McElhaney, who is live at CAMC Memorial in Charleston. Kelly.
Good afternoon, Zach. That's right. We're here outside of the CAMC Memorial Hospital emergency room in Kanawha City, and you can actually see the setup that they have here is quite extensive.
Yeah, it's just a setup. There's nothing else, people. It's just a setup. So now that you've seen them all in hazmat suits and masks, what is they really doing? They're treating the people who got contact with the chemical? Pay attention here.
We've seen some ambulances coming in and out, though it's, of course, undetermined exactly what they're here for because it is...
No, we need to see the victims. Where is the people? We see these people dressed up. These people is just for the show. Where is the victims? We're not talking about the operators. This is just for camera right here to prove that whatever they tell you is true. But listen.
Still operational as a regular emergency room to our knowledge.
What is they doing?
You can see there's so many medics working outside. There's a large yellow...
Working on what? What is they working on? We don't see no patients. I mean, you show up at that hospital for what? You show up at this hospital to show us the victims? No, so you're not proving nothing. Why is you there? The news reporters on the scene there at the hospital. What is you supposed to be showing us? Victims, the people they drag in from the chemical spill. So what is this? So this is the operation you have right here to treat the dumb people? Take a look at it, people.
That is set up.
Take a look.
There's quite a lot of tactical gear as well.
That's it. It's just tactical gear. There's no patient there for them to look after. You don't see them in no rush to take care of nobody. So why is it there? Why is we have all these asthmatic suit and mask people right there? Makes no sense, people. It's just fakery. But pay attention. Listen.
And this is also not the only location that's believed to be treating these victims. There's also one at Thomas Hospital as well that's believed to be a set-up place treating people that were victims of this situation.
But you never see one victim in there. Not even one, people. Think about it for a minute. Not even one victim. They set up these spots to treat the victims of the chemical spill. Where is the victims? Where they at? Wow. And you still gonna convince us that this is real? Look.
And yes. So, of course, we'll be keeping you updated both on our broadcast and online at WOWKTV.com.
Yes,
so be sure.
Big breaking news. Chemical spill in Virginia, and everybody need to shelter in place or evacuate. And these reporters out there bringing it to you live. Wow.
I'm following a developing story in West Virginia where 2 people are dead and at least 19 are injured after
Okay, so 2 people dead and 19 injured in the chemical spill in Virginia. You pay attention? So 2 people actually dead from that chemical spill. And they tell you 19 injured as they're ready right there for the press conference. Listen.
Leak at a plant. 1 person is in critical
condition.
condition.
Leak, but look on the hand sign, people. Look at the pyramid right there on the thumbs. But pay attention. Listen.
You are taking a live look at a press conference where we are learning that environmental testing is showing no impacts to the air or water near Institute. That's about 10 miles west of Charleston.
Wow. So they test the air, people, and they say the air is clean after that wicked chemical spill. Listen.
Now let's show you a bit of the scene here. Authorities say workers were shutting down a part of this plant called Catalyst Refiners when a, quote, violent chemical reaction occurred between nitric acid and another substance.
Hold on here, people. A violent chemical reaction. A violent. You thinking about it? A violent chemical reaction. So yes, people, some chemical, I guess, come together that wasn't supposed to. And some kind of reaction get violent. The reaction from the chemical get violent, and then they have to start doing these procedures because people is already hurt by this now with the chemical reaction. Go back. Listen.
Now let's show you a bit of the scene here. Authorities say workers were shutting down a part of this plant called Catalyst Refiners when a, quote, violent chemical reaction...
How did that happen? How did a violent chemical reaction just happen? You're going to explain that? Wow, listen.
Between nitric acid and another substance.
Nitric acid and another substance. They don't tell you the next substance. Nitric acid is the culprit, they claim. And the other chemical is unknown, at least for now. Nitric acid. Now please tell us, why is that there? Why is nitric acid right there? What is that about? What is you use that to do? What food did you feed us that in? What product is in? Please tell us. We want to know. I'm curious. What product is that acid in? Pay attention here.
County's emergency management director said the plant removed silver from the remains of chemical processes.
What?
7 of the injured people are county EMS workers. And a shelter...
County EMS workers. 7 of them that hurt. It's county EMS workers. So they came to help and that's when they get hurt, or they was on the scene. This is bullshit. 100% was those ESM people working on the injured. I'm just saying, what happened? They came to save some people and now they injured, or they was on the spot. How did that happen, people? Listen.
Breaking news out of West Virginia, where we're expecting to hear from the governor tonight about a deadly chemical leak at a manufacturing facility. Here's some dispatch audio of when it was happening.
Why would you want to play a dispatch audio? That don't make no fucking sense. Just show us what happened, man. What a dumb shit for the public. Wow. See, there go your coding. That's why they have to give you this, because it's unnecessary for them to play that back. But there go your number 3 right there. 3 employees. Listen.
Saying one subject just turning blue.
Wow, one subject just turned blue. Wow. Wow. I guess you can call it flush. You need to flush these guys off. Flush. Okay.
Flush these guys off.
Wow, what a joke, people.
Local officials say that 2 people are dead and 21 people are hurt.
How did they die? How did they die? Tell us, how did they die? We know they talk about the chemical reaction and the spill. How did those 2 people die? What hurt those 21 people, which is coding for number 3? Listen and pay attention.
These images show first responders on the scene, some of them in hazmat suits.
Look at this. That's all you can show us? You only can show us them on the scene, but you can't show us them treating anybody, people. Why you can't show us them treating anybody? That's the reason why they're there. How come we don't see not one victim, period? You see, it's our IQ, people. That's why we accept these things. Why we don't have the IQ to check into it? Where is the victims? That's what it's all about, the victims, right? If it wasn't for the victim, you wouldn't have no ESM workers. You wouldn't have nobody there, no firefighters. Why is they there? Because they come to save people. Where has that been done? Where? It's behind closed doors? Look.
Workers were cleaning and decontaminating the area when officials say a chemical reaction happened.
They was cleaning and decontaminating the area, and the chemical reaction happened. Just in case you don't know Freemasonry, people, Freemason 233233. Do you know that? Okay, the 2 dead, 21 earth is 23 coding. It's Freemasonry. As they keep acting like these chemicals, it's not in your food, it's not in your daily life. That's what they're playing. They're playing like it's just for something else. It's not to feed the people. It's not to put in your daily life. I guess that's what they're trying to do here. Listen and pay attention.
Kimberly Keggy from our West Virginia NBC affiliate. She's on the scene and is joining us now.
So this has been
you see the mic, people? You see the mic? That's 33. And the way they hold the mic, to give you that 33. You could have held the mic where we only see 1 3. But look how it hold. 33 Freemasonry.
Chaotic scene here for most of the day. First responders initially called to this area around 9:30 this morning.
9:30, bam! 9-3 again, people. That's according. Like I tell you, these are some wicked chemicals they use for your life right here, your livelihood. It circulate your life. That's what it is. 100% in. Listen.
To West Virginia. Now, this is the Ames Goldsmith Catalyst Refineries in Institute, West Virginia. They're a silver extraction business. They basically take silver from industrial waste.
Silver from industrial waste. They separate silver from industrial waste. Oh, okay. So that's why you need those nitric acid, that acid that they talk about. And remember, acid is something that will burn your human being up. I guess that's why those two people dead. Listen.
So early this morning, they had to issue several shelter-in-places for that area in particular, the surrounding areas. Here's what we can tell you so far. Kanawha County Emergency Management.
Show me them take care of one of these people that gets spilled on by that wicked chemical. Show me that, and I will believe it. You can't show us it yet. I guess you're going to have to come up with that shit in another video later on after you're doing the damage control.
Director C.W. Sigmund says at this facility, the site was in the process of shutting down a tank. So plant workers were cleaning and decontaminating in preparation of that. Now, we're told by the emergency management director that M2000A and nitric acid were mixed in a pump area. And that's what they call a violent chemical reaction happened. We are also told several employees who were in the close proximity of that tank, the affected workers there using respirators, they were drugged out. We do know that
they're using respirators and they was drugged out. Listen.
Of those workers, first responders and firefighters attempted to revive them by using CPR. At this point
to revive them after they was poisoned with chemical, you're using CPR now to revive them after they taking that chemical. Now you're gonna get the chemical in you by mouth to mouth on these things. But listen.
The company has confirmed now 2 of those workers have died tonight. We can tell you one other person is in critical condition and at least 20 others are hurt. And some of those who had to go to treatment were actually first responders who just ran into harm's way.
Yeah, that people, they just run into harm's way and then they need treatment. You hear that, people? So guess what? We can't see them either. We can't see those firefighters or these people that come to help that got hurt. Where is they at? We don't see them. We don't see them treating nobody. We don't see nobody with no signs of supposed trauma. Nobody sick. Nobody on the scene showing chemical reaction supposedly. Where it's at,
to get the affected workers to nearby hospitals, but those first responders also having to go through that process of being treated for the chemical reaction that happened.
Show us one photo. Show us one photo of them attending to somebody. You can't. 100% you can't. Because it is fakery, people. 100% in. Move.
Police in
Now
Florida
pay attention to this, people. This is the new trend. In these times now, where you're under more surveillance, where you're more watched by the damn peoples, they have all these things now in place. All kind of AI and everything in place. The phones that they give you, the devices and everything is now have an eye on you. You got cameras in your home set up and everything. Doorbell camera and everything. Now you've been more severe. And now they're going to show you more missing people. Can you believe it? You notice that the supposed Savannah Guthrie is back on NBC? Back on. Forget about the missing mom and everything. Can you believe that? Can you imagine that was you working on a broadcasting big media and your mom missing and you have to go back on TV and laugh and smile again with your mom missing still? Would you do that? Without even mention your mom one time when you're on the air? Would you do that? I already told you, people, those are fakery. But they're trying to convince you that people can go missing in these times. It's not real, people. It's more surveillance on the world. You can't go missing. But they're going to act like, you know, it's so easy for people to just go missing off the face of the earth. Even 2 people at the same time. Take a listen.
Searching for 2 missing doctoral students who haven't been seen in almost a week.
They haven't been seen in almost a week. 2 grown folks, people. 2 grown folks. They're not babies. They're not kids. They're not in high school. But these 2 people missing at the same time. And these people bring it to you on the news. I'm asking you a question, people. Do you ever go to those stores and see those babies on the wall that write missing? Do you know how much kids missing a year? We're not talking about hoaxes. We're talking about real life. And they will never mention it one time on TV. You want me to repeat that, people? Do you know how much missing kids in your neighborhood alone? In your city alone? Do you know how much missing kids for the year that they will never ever find another trace of? And you will never hear it on the mainstream news. But now they're telling you 2 grown folks missing. And it's plastered all over TV. Is that real, people? Wow. This is how you figure out fakery. Now listen.
Both of them are 27-year-old Bangladesh
You see that? They're 27 years old, both of them. 27 is the number 9 coding. Wow. But pay attention, people. They're from Bangladesh and they're students in America and they're gone missing at the same time. Listen.
At the University of South Florida. Police say one of them was last seen at his Tampa home at 9 a.m. on
Thursday. You see that, people? One of them was last seen at his Tampa home April 16 at 9 a.m. I guess he was coming out and his landlord spot him. Who spot him at 9 o'clock? And then he missing. These people don't have no devices? Get the hell out of here. Listen.
The other was spotted just an hour later at the Environmental Science Building on campus, which is less than a 10-minute drive away. Now, officials say the two are friends and they could be together.
You hear that, people? So there you go with the coincidence. Both of them are friends and they could be together. Why is this on the news, people? Why this make mainstream news? You're not going to ask yourself the question, but it will show to you that it's bullshit. It will expose to you that this is fakery. Why this is all over the news? Because 2 grown folks, 27 years old, they're grown folks. And you come and tell us that they're missing? They're missing together. Listen and pay attention.
Kirsch is covering this one for us. So, Jesse, what do we know about these students? And
who is investigating? Who is investigating? Who cares?
Big question tonight, Ryan, and I actually just moments ago got off of a video call with a man who says he is the brother of Nahida Bristi, one of the 2 missing students. The other student.
So what do you get on a video call with that person who claim he's one of the siblings of these missing people? How do you know that person to get on the phone with? That person call you? Or you know that person number and call them? Is it make sense to you, people? This is garbage. 100%, and bam, there go the person that missing with a phone. What happened? You can't go missing with the phone, people. That's an iPhone. You can go missing with an iPhone. You can't go missing with none of those phones, people. But iPhone specifically tell you about those features that they have, which is all spying on you. They can call 911 if you drop. They know your heart rate and everything. They know everything about you. Once you have that device in your hand, they know where the hell you're at. So look at this person they show you with a phone and show you those marigold behind it to make what? The sun ray and the one-eye symbol. No lie. That's why they show you that person right there holding the camera, taking a selfie. In most cases, these people don't even exist. But pay attention.
Being Zamil Limon, both of them 27 years old, both doctoral students at the University of South Florida in Tampa. And something that really stuck out in my interview just moments ago with this young woman's brother is that he says police discovered some of her belongings at her workplace, at the lab.
Listen to this, people. Police discover some of her belongings at our workplace. So what the fuck that got to do with shit? Some of her belongings, like what? Like what? A toothpaste and toothbrush? A toothbrush and a rag and a little stuff that she used in her hair? What happened? What did you find at her workplace that belonged to her that shouldn't be there? Listen.
Space where she works, including a bag, a laptop, an iPad, and a lunchbox. Effectively,
why a bag with a laptop and an iPad and lunch? What is this about, people? So hold on. Those items shouldn't be at the work, right? Go back. Listen.
Her belongings at her workplace,
right?
at the lab space where she works, including a bag, a laptop, an iPad.
A bag. What is in the bag? Sure.
And a lunchbox. Effectively, the implication there being
so she go
that
to
she
work
was in the middle of a
left.
workday, and then she was gone. And they found these belongings. So that is something among many questions.
So what about the man now? What about the man? The woman left some stuff at work that showed that she went to work and might never leave work. But what happened to the man? Let's listen.
We have that we're trying to get clarity on from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office in the Tampa area. We've all day been trying to get some information from police, first from the campus police, then they pointed us over to the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff's Office tells us they've been working on this, but we have not yet had the chance to talk with them and ask them questions. So there's still a lot of mystery surrounding this. Bottom line, what we're told is the two of them were last seen a week ago Thursday, so it's been almost a full week, as you said, since both of these students were last seen.
So you're trying to tell us that both of them is in the same place, I guess. Wherever they at, whether they've been in a bad situation or they leave willfully, they're together, right? That's what they're trying to tell you. Listen and pay attention. One was seen last 9 o'clock. The next one was last seen at 10, the same day. Listen.
Day after a family friend could not get through to them and contacted
what do you mean?
Authorities.
A family friend couldn't get through to them. A family friend trying to get to both of them. This don't make no sense, people. What happened to the phone? When you call the phone, what happened? Did you dial a number? What did you get? That would have tell you a lot. You dial a phone, what happened? Listen.
According to what police have shared so far, we've now had the chance to speak with a sibling of both of these individuals, speaking to us, they say, from Bangladesh tonight.
Speaking from Bangladesh.
They are understandably very concerned.
How do you get in touch with those people in Bangladesh? Is that real? And who report these people missing? Who? The peoples from Bangladesh realize that they're missing and call American authorities? Wow, listen.
About the whereabouts of their siblings, and both of these families have told us now that for their brother or sister, depending on which family, for that individual to just disappear for a week and not communicate would be very out of character.
Yes, and that's why it becomes a missing case for two grown folks, because it's way out of character for them to missing for a whole week now without a trace. So since you know that they couldn't be missing for a week, automatically something happens. It's a missing case now. Because they know those characters. They're out of characters right now, so something definitely wrong. I guess we're going to have to tune in or stay tuned to this shit right here to find out where they're going with it. But I already told you what it is. It's a hoax. Nobody can go missing in these times. Nobody. You can't fool me. You can't go nowhere else where eyes don't see you. You can't go nowhere where people can't see you. And if you have some kind of bunker that you're going to go hide in, yes, you'd have to be in some kind of place where somebody going to see you go in it, or see you went that area, or see you go to that area. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't go nowhere where people can't see you. And what? When you're in a position where people can't see you? Are the peoples that you think can see you? Yes, they have peoples who can see you over those technologies. You understand what I'm saying here? In a lot of ways, technology is in certain places that you don't know. Technology is in certain areas that you don't know. You can't hide in hell. So therefore, you can't go missing. If I can go missing, then I can hide from the police. Can't do that. If you can go missing, you can be a wanted man and they have a manhunt forever and never find you. If you can go missing, okay? So therefore, take that out of the equation. Nobody can go missing here. It's fake shit. I'm on the run.